All right, Meg, here we are. Meg is back today. She is back. A 1 week hiatus. We missed you, Meg.
Thank you.
I think we got through it okay. But as always, Meg and I are coming to you. Because this is always at the end of the week. We're coming to you very tired.
Very tired.
Very tired. We're coming to you very tired. So we got to get the energy up. We got Pilgrim Coffee, sponsored, not sponsored. Pilgrim, if you want to sponsor us, give us a call. But we got Pilgrim Coffee. And we're just going to talk about our struggles that we had this week, Meg. The struggles.
Yep.
We believe everyone struggles. We're therapists, but we still struggle. We're human, and we hope that by talking about our struggles, that will help you feel more comfortable, not only to accept that you struggle, but then be able to talk with other people about your struggles. Maybe also you can relate to some of the stuff that we're talking about, and something that we might say you might be able to use when it comes to working through your own struggles. And Meg, we are more than our struggles. We are more than our struggles. We have a lot of great things in life that we enjoy. And let's find some enjoyment that we had this week too, Meg. So I know that you've got a laundry list of struggles. I'm always on the struggle bus. So we'll see kind of where this goes today. I mean, I feel like we were 50% last week. Hopefully I carried 50% last week. We were 50%. This week now we're 100%.
Yeah.
So I'm going to put you on the spot.
That sounds good.
Struggles this week. What's been challenging, difficult?
Everything.
She says everything.
I think the Friday feeling is real. It hasn't been a terrible week. I think just by the time you get to Friday, the perspective shifts because I'm just tired from the week. But I feel like, per usual, I leaned a lot on reframing this week.
That's gonna be your middle name, Meg Reframe.
It is. But it's so helpful. I think I'm learning to just lean into a season with a lot of hard things going on, knowing that good is coming right alongside it. And so seeing growth in myself, and, I tell my kids all the time, it's like most of the best things in life, the greatest feelings of accomplishment, the most reward is on the other side of the hard season. And so I think I just, in moments when things are feeling really, really hard, I'm just reframing my thoughts of like, but this is the growth that I'm noticing in myself. And like, when we get to the other side of this season, how good is that going to feel? And how proud of myself am I going to feel for sticking with it and not... I'm avoidant, so I love to run away when really hard seasons are going on. Whatever it is, run away to the gym or on a vacation, but I think... I'm just really challenging myself to sit with the hard and then reframe it when I need to.
All right, so Meg, I'm going to challenge you.
Okay.
You're kind of like that. You're like a client that comes in and just wants to talk surface level stuff, and here she is just talking about reframe. But I want to get in a little further to the reframe. I want you and everyone else to understand, while it may be difficult to talk about our struggles, and we worry sometimes about what people think of us, that actually going a little further, a little deeper, and talking about something that you actually had to reframe this week will be helpful to get that out. So I'm going to challenge you a little bit more, because this is something that I don't want just to be surface level. What's something this week that you struggle with that you just had to reframe?
I think most of mine right now are interpersonal relationship dynamics. You just spilled.
I just spilled it on there. I don't know if you guys saw that, but distraction for Meg as she's talking about her interpersonal relationships.
I feel like one that I can talk about, parenting kind of kicked my butt this week. We've kind of crossed the bridge into adolescence,
Mm-hmm.
and it's just a whole nother ball game of parenting, and it's felt really hard and challenging, and I've messed up a few times, and so just leaning on repairing with my kids,
Yes.
Like knowing we're gonna get better at it.
Yeah.
Like by the time we got to the end of like elementary age, I was like, oh, I'm a pro at this parenting stage, and now it's like starting all over again in this new phase. And so yeah, just reframing of like, even on the hard days, even when I mess up, there is growth, and like my relationships with my kids are growing through us repairing. And
yeah, you know, we talk a lot about this with parents, about the relationships and connection or correction, and what's more important in a relationship with the child. And we have to remember that our child, as we are raising them, we are raising them to be adults. And so there naturally, developmentally, has to be a stage in life where they start to think on their own, they start to do on their own, and those things that they think and do may be something that you don't agree with, or you know is not something that you would support. And at the same time, they're developing and growing into themselves, and so there's learning in that, there's growth. And as a parent, sometimes that's hard because we believe we can see kind of what's on the other side of those choices, but that doesn't help our child grow and develop into that adult if we cut it off before they. So sometimes we just have to sit back. And I don't know if that's been a struggle of yours or not. Instead jumping in, that's always been a struggle of mine. Is just not just allowing our child to own the choices that they're making and to develop to their own identity. Right? Yes, repair. You said another word, repair. Repair is a big one. Anytime you have a conflict in a relationship, I think if you just move past it and you don't talk about it and you don't find that common ground, then that's just we always talk about a stinky toilet. That's things that we flush down, we put inside of us that aren't good, that cause us to have some disconnect and distance in our relationships. So that repair, coming back and saying, hey, let's talk about this, is very important.
And then I feel like the last piece for me is letting it go after you repair, because I can beat myself up and I'm like, oh, I should have done it this way or said this way, or like I'm a terrible mom, and go down that spiral. And it's like, no, I'm also modeling for my kids what it is to be human. And that's being imperfect.
And that's why we're here showing up and just talking about those imperfections, being human, because I don't think in our culture we don't normalize struggles. We believe that people that struggle have a diagnosis, anxiety, depression, whatever it would be, bipolar, but we forget that we don't have to be diagnosed and we can still struggle. For me, this has been a constant battle because I have a doer mentality. I have lots of exciting, interesting thoughts, I usually think, anyway. And
I would agree.
Sometimes people would call that ADHD. I'm calling it interesting, exciting thoughts. And I get myself in a place where I've got all these exciting thoughts and I'm like, oh let's do. And so sometimes I spread myself, or not sometimes, I'm going to just be real with you because this is real. I do spread myself too thin. And this week has been one of those situations. I've tried to be mindful of it, but it's still like, I talk about this all the time. Having enough time in our day to do everything we want to do, or I want to do, is very difficult. And I'm gonna be honest with you, Meg, like I'm really committed to working out, exercising. But that not only am I doing that, but then I believe in the recovery after, and it's taking, I think, more time than I would like it to, which is taking time away from other things. And it's that battle. It's that battle. So I have to continue to find that space of just, I don't know if it's balance or harmony, or I don't know what it is, but just finding that space where I just can continue to think about, okay, what's important in my life. And if I don't go to the gym this week, or if I don't go to the gym for a day, I can give myself that grace.
Yeah.
That's hard for me. I really struggle, like, in my head. Okay, you didn't go to the gym today. I feel disappointed in myself. There's been a day or two where I've just gone to the gym. I pulled into the parking lot and I've done this. I've basically just laid my seat back.
Yeah.
Because I've been too tired.
Yeah.
Right? So, so continuing to just lean into those situations that we struggle with, I think are important. Meg, I want to say, as far as kind of some of the things that have gone on well this week, I want to publicly acknowledge you. I think you, as a friend, but as a colleague, you show up in a lot of times where I do really need you, where I am kind of like in a situation where it's like either I just need someone to talk to about something, or I just need that person, that clinician, that strong clinician to say, yeah, I got this. And Meg, you do that.
Andy.
You do that. You, I know you have a lot going on in family life and lots of other stuff. And some of these things that we do, I just take for granted because I've done them for so long, right? But putting in a weekly show to your calendar when you could be at home right now in bed, is time out of your day, time out of your life, and I just want to acknowledge that. So thank you for being who you are, and Meg is. You're fantastic in a lot of ways. I think also just, the things that I really enjoyed this week is I've started to think about kind of like what the spring looks like. I know the warmer weather has done that. But I think for me, I've always like just gritted my way through the winter. And I don't know, maybe it's been a warmer winter so far. We are only in the middle of February, and we're having nice weather. But it's given me kind of a sense of, okay, like, I guess with every season, there's like this renewal. There's this kind of like, okay, and I really enjoyed thinking about that this week, of being able to get out and just enjoy stuff. As we get out and run, walk, cook out, those kind of things. I'm a pool guy, so I love the summer. And you give me 95 degrees every day. So I've been excited about that, looking at trips, looking at just how I can be out and about. I also have one other big thing that's happened this week, that I went on an interview at Casey Current. And I have decided that I'm going to take all my positive vibes and all my energy and everything, and also share it with the Casey Current soccer community. And so this spring, summer, fall, I'll be going to games and helping guests out in the stadium and finding, I think I'm going to be in the supporter section.
Okay.
The supporter section, if you're not familiar with that, it's where like all the rowdy fans are. They got the flags. It's in kind of like the behind the goal, and they got the noisemakers, and they got the band, and so I think I'm going to be in there. I'm going to be in there and having fun with that crowd. So that's exciting, because I always like to be just pretty diverse and kind of like to have different experiences. So I'm excited about that.
I think that's great.
Meg, what's exciting in your life this week?
I'm gonna piggyback off you, because seeing the sun and the weather being a little warmer has been like everything. It's been so great. Just to be able to be outside and walk and run. And yeah, I think, like you said, really hopeful for spring. What else has been good? I've been keeping up with yoga. That's been great. And I think I would say the last couple of weeks, I've had a lot of clinical moments that have just been really exciting. You know, just seeing patients have breakthrough moments, and that feels really good. It's the good part. We get to celebrate, growth.
We do get to celebrate growth, and I know a lot of you out there are thinking, oh, therapy, and we come into it with this kind of mindset of like, oh, we like to see you grow. We like to see those things that you're doing, and we appreciate that you allow us that opportunity, just that little small part in your life. And I know, Meg, because I see you every week in different ways with, you do see teenage boys. You do see, but you also really love those teenage girls too.
I do. I love teenage girls.
Yeah. And so I really appreciate that about you, because I know you teenage girls out there. I know, once you become a teenage girl, you have things in your life that may be a little weird to talk to a 50-year-old guy about. So Meg is definitely you're appreciated and valued. Okay, Meg, as we finish up here on another one, this is like 6 or 7. Here we are. What are you gonna give everyone to really work on this week? What can you give them?
I would say if you're in Kansas City, get outside. I think vitamin D could not be underestimated, how helpful that is for your mood. I would say this weekend, I think we have multiple days that are like sunny and 60s in the next 5 days. Yeah.
I looked until at least next Friday, it's supposed to be in the 60s.
That's awesome.
Okay, so I definitely am going to do that. I'm looking forward to cooking out. First thing I'm going to say is try not to spill your coffee. I know I spilled it like 3 or 4 times during this episode, but I'm going to always encourage you to this. Just be you. If you've been around a while and heard me talk, I just think it's so important in today's world where there's so many messages in different ways. You hear so many different things from adults, from your peers to of how to dress, how to think, what to do. And Meg, you even talked about it with your kids. Of course, with parents, we try to influence our kids. But in the end, my hope is that you just feel really, really good about you. There's only one of you out of all 8 billion people in this world. There's only one of you. And the world needs every one of us just to be as true to ourselves as we can. And I know that's hard. It's really hard. It's hard for me at times to just be myself because of that criticism or that judgment that you might get from others. And it just feels really great when you just feel whole and complete and you're just like, I'm showing up in the world as me. And if you don't like it, or if someone else doesn't like it, then that's okay. That's okay. But I am making a choice just to be as true to myself as possible. So, Meg, it's been great. I hope that in the next week that we both can get some fresh air outside. We can. I don't know about you, but on Friday I just am dragging. And then by Sunday night, Monday morning, I'm like, okay, it's another week. And then natural progression, my energy goes like that. So, so hopefully we all are refreshed. And if you have anything that you're concerned about, struggles with, reach out to someone. It doesn't have to be a therapist. It can be a therapist, but just make sure that you're talking about your struggles and sharing your life with other people. All right. Hey, until next week. Peace. Take care of yourself.
On track, now we gon' way up.